Welcome to Science in the News. You can put your flashcards away because this class is not about memorizing scientific facts or equations. Think back to the last time you saw a science headline that made you stop scrolling. A new cure, a climate warning, a diet trend that sounded slightly too good to be true. Did you pause to ask if the data actually backed it up? Most of us don't. We scroll past dozens of sensational scientific claims every single day, absorbing the takeaways without ever stopping to ask where those claims came from in the first place. As our homepage says, you already read the news. Our goal over the next 16 weeks is to teach you how to read it like someone who knows exactly where every claim originated. We'll turn you into an active reader, tracking down the truth. It is incredibly difficult to tell the difference between rigorous, evidence-based research and flashy, unverified pseudoscience. That difficulty exists because both the real research and the junk science often borrow the exact same academic vocabulary to make their case. You cannot judge the validity of a scientific claim by how professional it sounds on a screen. You have to open up the hood, look at the underlying data, and see who funded the work. Taking a headline at face value leaves you vulnerable to misinformation. To know what is real, you need to follow the information all the way back to its point of origin. This pipeline shows how discoveries reach your newsfeed. Study, press release, article, headline. In the press release, universities add absolute certainty. Next, journalists strip away small sample sizes and scientific nuances. Finally, the headline claims far beyond what original scientists intended. Reading the course overview here, you can see why recognizing this chain is the prerequisite for everything else we'll do. If you can't see the pipeline, you can't spot where the misinformation gets injected. To dismantle that pipeline, you'll be building a news analysis portfolio. Week by week, you'll take a current, real-world science story and trace it backwards. You'll dig up the original study, compare it to the news coverage, and pinpoint the exact moment the facts were distorted. Looking at the course outcomes outlined here, your goal is to trace any claim back to its data source, allowing you to easily spot the shift between what a study actually found and what the media says it found. Doing this repeatedly creates a reflex. You strip away the marketing hype, and you learn to see the methodological red flags before you even finish the first paragraph. Because this work relies on evaluating digital information, we need to establish the rules for how you conduct your analysis. This table outlines our strict zero-tolerance policy on AI. You may use it as cognitive scaffolding, like brainstorming or mapping structure. However, AI cannot replace original thought or generate assignments, and any tool used requires a mandatory disclosure statement. Academic integrity means taking full intellectual ownership of your research. The insights, the tracing, and the final analysis must be yours alone. Here is your task list for this week. First, find a science headline that surprises you, figure out why, and submit it to the diagnostic discussion board. Then, engage with your classmates' posts and complete the academic integrity quiz. You can find all of these requirements mapped out right here in the Week 1 module on Canvas, ready for you to begin. Stop letting sensational claims pass by unchecked. Find your headline, ask where the data came from, and let's go find the paper trail.